Hey folks, I just wanted to do a quick video. I've been getting a lot of backlash. I've been watching the videos. You all have the same news about the 3.0 update and 10x in Path of Exile and all that stuff, and that's great. I mean, this is great news. This is going to keep me around for a while. I want to see if I can get to that 10th act. But the backlash I've been seeing is that I have this thing. They were in the Ziggy D interview that he was talking to one of the guys who was about. There was a hint they may back the XP penalty. Well, I think that's a bad thing. I think that's not good. Look, Cruel and Merciless, I said this in the last video, Merciless were a crutch. Cruel and Merciless were stand-ins for a lot of content. Okay? And what that's led to is the game basically being, in two camps. You've got people like me who are called softcore players, and then you've got the hardcore who are sitting there doing all this stuff in the marketplace, and they're stat addicts and they're constant grinds and stuff. It becomes less of a game and more of an occupation, and that kind of. And there was even a sense of Chris Wilson, who is managing director. He said flat out, he's like, we saw the numbers. People were stopped playing Cruel in Act 2. Or in Cruel in Act 2, the middle of Act 2. Well, I know why, because that's about the point when you start getting those XP hits. And the thing is, what you're getting, there's no equal reward. There isn't a good drop, 10 or 20% of your XP for losing a boss battle. There's no equivalence there. Okay? And the thing is, look, we've got a fully fleshed out game with a real end game right here. And there's even hints that, there may be 25. This is going to be the core. This is going to be 10 acts. There's no reason to put that experience penalty. You don't need it. That was a crutch for a lack of content. Now you've got the content. You've got all kinds of playthroughs and things to do. And you're basically going to cut off a whole swath of players who would like to see your content and along the way spend money with you, buy customizations and get stash tabs and all kinds of stuff. This is how they be a supporter because they like what you're doing. You're going to cut off that entire swath of people and basically waste years and thousands of man hours of work that Grinding Gear has gone through just because you want to be a stat addict. The XP penalty doesn't need to be there. And by the way, we hardcore. There is no bigger permadeath XP penalty than that. You've got that, leagues. I mean, you've got this stuff there that if you really want that kind of play in that, it's there for you. There's room for everybody. But if you're going to actually kill off content to people who are more softcore players who just happen to actually enjoy the game, and aren't looking to measure the size of their penises against somebody else? Can we play? Can we have fun? Can we enjoy it? Can we support something? Or do you want to cut off everybody? Because what I'm telling you now is, if you turn off people like me, and I'll guarantee there are more people like me buying people who are stat addicts. I guarantee it. And if you turn off people like me, it will kill the game. Nobody will have it. It can't all be about me, and it can't all be about you. But here's the game's got room for both of us. So don't even bother coming at me with this, you don't like XP, or you want it easy, or all that. No, I don't want it easy. There's nothing wrong with this game getting progressively harder. Let me tell you, I will spend 5 hours fighting a boss, if I have to get through something, as long as I have to risk whatever experience I've gotten. Because you know how this game works. At the higher levels you get, the slower it comes. So yeah, I want to risk that. I want to see the end game. I want to have fun with this. I want an experience where it's made, and I shouldn't have to go through hell to do it. Well, at least not the hell of experience. I'll go through hell beating on a monster who's got hit points, and I can't do more than 10,000 points of damage in a hit, and he's doing a regen. Tell me, do you really want an XP penalty? Do you want that? Because you're not going to win. Okay? And you know, what you're talking about is going back to the very, very old game model. Games were stuck in little tiny consoles and didn't have any room for expansion. So what did they do to try to keep people involved? They made medium, they made hard, and they made ridiculous play modes, which was just the same content, only twice as hard or 3 times or 4 times as hard to survive. Very old and very dated. And we don't need to do that now. We have room for the content. We have people talented like Grinding Gear making great content. There's no reason to fall back on the Mario Kart model. No reason. And that's what you're fighting for, guys. That's what, when I say this stuff, that's what you're fighting for. You're fighting for Path of Exile to be like Mario Kart. Is that what you really want? Or do you want a challenging game? Do you want a game immersive and involving, and you could invest yourself in and know that while there may be risks, you're not gashed for playing the game. And cruel and merciless, the best thing that I'll still say that ever happened is them getting rid of it. We don't need any piece of it back. There's plenty of room for that crap in the other play modes. We don't need that back. Not for the standard league. Back. And that's all I'm going to say about it.